Have you ever heard that the loudest person in the room is typically the weakest? I know you've probably heard this saying over and over again, but it really is true, especially in larger cities. One thing I'll tell you is that a lot of people here in Miami flex a lot of money. They act like they have so much more than they actually have. And I love that to a degree. I actually like self-promotion. I think it's a very essential part of the business. A lot of people are going to advertise and say things that they don't necessarily do or they don't necessarily have in order to build your trust up. And it's called an appeal to authority, and it's called a proof of concept, right? They're showing you things that they have done. They're showing you the money, the status, the lifestyle. But it's very dangerous when they're unable to deliver a product, okay? It's very, very bad when they're unable to fulfill whatever that you want. The experience, the coaching, the mindset, whatever it is. There's a lot of successful coaches I know that have started in the space of advertising more than they have. There's also a lot of people that don't really deliver. And that's what breaks my heart. And it gives everybody a bad rep, a bad name, a bad image. There's a ton of people out here. They got a rented Huracan, they got a rented Rari, and they make it look crazy, but they really, really don't. There's actually an individual that reached out to me not too long ago, and that's why I'm gonna make this video, because it was a while ago, but it wasn't like, he won't be able to tell I'm talking about him, but maybe he will. Maybe he'll watch this video. But this individual asked me for some money. Now, mind you, this guy has a crazy lifestyle. He's got Rolls Royces, Raris, McLarens, like every car you can think of. It looks like he lives in a very, very high-end penthouse that he claims costs like, $20,000 to $25,000 a month, depending on his utilities and bills. And, this guy seems like he's really got it going on. I mean, he looks at a much higher level than me and a lot of other people. And I'm honestly impressed by it. But he asked me recently for some money. And, I've just been in some conversation with him. I thought his content was cool. And next thing you know, I'm like, wait a minute, don't you do very well? He's like, well, first and foremost, he does do well. He's explaining I do well, but I need some money to, he was in his position. He was stuck, right? He gave me this whole story about how he's stuck, how he didn't have the cash flow coming in. One of his e-commerce stores got shut down. It was printing a lot of money, and he needs some money to unlock it. So basically, he was asking me for 10 grand. Now, mind you, this is not a lot of money for someone that's living that lifestyle. Also, I'm not the guy that gives out loans. This is not what I do. I'm not a loan shark. I don't have a loan business. This is not something that I operate in. So for someone to ask me that he doesn't really know me very well for 10 grand was very surprising. It was actually quite shocking. And it goes to show that a lot of the things that you see on social media are not real. They're not necessarily authentic. And a lot of people are actually acting like they have more than they actually have. So when you're looking at anybody that's selling a product, that's selling a course, that's selling anything, really do your research. Make sure that you talk to them. Make sure that you have a good insight on their testimonials. Make sure that you really understand what they're talking about and what their offer is. I think a lot of people have gotten in this space where they're selling courses, they're selling a dream, they're selling a lifestyle, and that's honestly beautiful because some of these people really live that. They can really get you farther. I bought a lot of courses. Not all of them have been good, but there's some that genuinely brought me a lot of value. I will sit here and tell you that it is valuable. People that are successful can teach you information, and they can teach you skills. But overall, there are definitely those people that you have to watch out for, and it breaks my heart that I told this guy I couldn't loan him the money. I didn't give him the money, and at the end of the day, it's crazy that he's advertising this lifestyle that's funded by X, Y, and Z. Maybe he does this to people. Maybe this is how he gets his money. Who knows? But be careful with what you see online, and not everything that you see is true.